What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Hit that like button, subscribe, and thank you all for being here. You know, it's just funny how people. It's not funny, but it's interesting to see a bunch of people in the crypto space freaking out about quantum computing. Some people are telling you that it's not that serious, which is ridiculous, and some people are telling you that it's going to end crypto and it's going to be really bad for crypto, which is also ridiculous because quantum computing will just be an advancement in technology, and crypto is going to take that advancement and integrate it. Um, if you're really concerned with quantum computing, if you're concerned with quantum attacks in crypto, first off, your Facebook account, your Instagram account, your X account, your bank account, they're not safe either because that's all digital too. Your social security, none of that's safe. So if crypto's boned, everything's boned, right? That's if Bitcoin is susceptible to a 51% attack because of a quantum computer dynamic coming out, everything is boned. Everything, okay? Because crypto is literally the safest means we have for digital transactions and digital information to be stored and protected. Bitcoin Cash, secondly, is and has been working on quantum resistance, and we have quantum resistant vaults. And Bitcoin Cash, it's got a, let's say, a smaller community than Bitcoin. It's a lot easier, and these people are are in better communication and agreement with each other. Like they like it's a little bit more of maybe what like the average person would desire Bitcoin Core to be, as far as the willingness to update and upgrade things, not change it from the original ideas. Bitcoin Cash, again, I think has seen more updates. I don't think, I know, has seen more updates and changes to the the protocol as far as that goes than Bitcoin has over the last, like, since it's been hard forked. But Bitcoin Cash still, even with that, adheres more to the Satoshi white paper than Bitcoin does. So this idea that changing things too much will make Bitcoin not Bitcoin, guess what? Not changing it enough has made Bitcoin not Bitcoin. It's not digital peer-to-peer cash. It is store of value coin. It is. Whether that was the intention or not. Whether that was the intention or not. That is what it is. Everybody, and your flag holder, bag boy, Michael Saylor himself says that Bitcoin is a store of value. That's not what Satoshi had in mind. It's not supposed to be a store of value. It can be. It's a side function. It's meant to be digital peer-to-peer electronic cash that is inconfiscatable, that can't be shut down, that can't be counterfeited, that you have true ownership over, and that you can transact with anybody in the world at any time, any day, anywhere, always. Bitcoin does that too. That's a side feature for Bitcoin, BTC, but it's mainly a store of value. That's how it is. And that's why I think Bitcoin Cash will win. But beyond that too, if you're worried about quantum mechanics affecting crypto, first off, again, everything's boned. Everything, but crypto will integrate. You know, we will integrate, and it'll only make crypto safer. Actually, I think we still don't understand fully how this technology is going to be implemented, and everybody's saying that it'll be here by 2030, 2029. Human beings have a history of saying something's going to happen. We're going to get flying cars by 2000, and we still don't really have, I mean, we're kind of getting there to flying cars, right? But it's not how people imagine it to be. Things move fast technologically. They absolutely do. Don't get me wrong, but they move slower than we expect them to. We get too excited. We see the advancements happening, and we think it's going to happen tomorrow, and it's not like that. Anyways, let's talk about this. Bitcoin Cash is a great alternative. It's a great safe haven when it comes to that quantum concern. It's much better than Bitcoin. We're miles ahead. But anyways, enough of that. Let's get into it. Okay, 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame. Check out the Bitcoin Cash podcast. Type in like Bitcoin Cash podcast, quantum computing, quantum computers, I forget the guy's name. There's a guy that was specifically working on this. I forget his name. Um, Everybody in the Bitcoin Cash community knows who I'm talking about, but I don't remember his name. But they have him on a podcast. I think they have him on a couple episodes. You can watch all the stuff that goes well over my head, man, as far as information goes. But if you want to hear people tell you that they're working on quantum resistant vaults and quantum resistant mechanics, go for it. Anyways, 1 hour 1 hour time frame here, looking at the low to high. Golden ratio support. Double bottom, kind of. RSI looks like crap. I'm not a fan. I think if you were to find support here, it would be kind of odd. If you were to go lower, it would make sense. So we probably do go lower. Look at the MACD. Oh, you know what? Maybe not. Hold on now. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we move up a little bit first. That doesn't necessarily mean that we get above this high, but maybe we do move up a little bit first. The stochastics have some bullish divergence, and the MACD does have bullish divergence as well. And we're moving down with less volume. Yeah, maybe we do get a little bit of a beat to the upside here. But the question then is, where are we here? Kind of an odd place to find support. Not that it can't be, but it's just odd. That might not be the right fib to take. Though it certainly looks like it. High to low here. The question is, do we go to this golden ratio? Do we find a lower high? Or do we see a higher high? Do we go to like 482, 490? Do we go back up to these areas? We look at this dynamic. There was some forced selling pressure here, right? A lot more on Binance. Moved up. Volume started to taper off as we were at the high. And then when volume come in, and it was higher than anything that we had on the way up, it was to the downside. Now, we didn't go anywhere. We are right at the golden ratio finding support. I don't know. It's interesting. Curious to see what happens. Right now, I'm sticking with the idea that we do actually move up. We probably break out of this structure a little bit. I'm going to stick with that. I just don't know if we're going to see a higher high or a lower high. I'm skeptical. So let's give you some if-then parameters, okay? From a high to a low. Quite literally, if we get above 475, we're going to see higher prices. But I would say I'm starting to get excited if we get 4-hour time frames. So maybe multiple 1-hour time frames or a 4-hour candle itself to close above 470. If we can close above 470, I'm thinking up. If we move above 470, but we close below it, that doesn't necessarily mean down, but it doesn't mean up. Okay, moving above 470, but not closing above it does not mean up. It doesn't mean down, but it doesn't mean up. Getting up here and then getting below 460 will be at a higher price than we are now, and we will objectively decide that we're going lower. So if we get above 462 and we close below it at any point on a 4-hour basis or a multi 1-hour basis, we close below 462 after getting above it, I might get bearish there. I might get bearish there and say that we're going lower. And if we're going lower, I would definitely expect that we go lower than this low over here, below 450. Cool. 4-hour time frame. The RSI is very neutral. It's not really going to help us out too much. Choppy and sideways. That's how you invalidate indicators. The MACD is not going to help us. The stochastics aren't going to help us. They're bearish here, but we found support here before, even whenever they were bearish before. Bearish here, and you found support, and we were just choppy sideways the whole time. So it's probably not good to weigh too much on these indicators here. Daily time frame is probably going to be the same because since March, since late April, we've just been chopping sideways. That's all we've been doing. So we're just left in this range, I guess. We're in what's called no man's land, where you're not at the bottom of this range, you're not at the top of this range, you're kind of in the heart of this range. So trading isn't really recommended from these prices. But with that being said, we zoom out, we are at the bottom of this range. I think it's a good time to DCA. It's always a good time to DCA. I definitely would not be opposed to buying some Bitcoin Cash here. We could be breaking out any day now, guys. I mean, we get closer and closer every single time. I'm surprised we didn't break out here. I was more surprised here. I was even more surprised here. Something happened, man. I would be even more surprised if we got up here for a quadruple top and rejected down. That would just be wild to me. But it can happen. It can happen. Bitcoin Cash is a weird one, guys. At this point, I'm sticking with the idea that we're consolidating in this range until we're ready to break out. And when we break out, it'll be to the upside, not to the downside. That's what I'm going with. Same targets as it's been for the past month now. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. The only difference between the call to move up here, back here, and the call for a now is that it's been some time, and that we've addressed now versus then, now versus then. That this could take more time. We could consolidate for multiple weeks still in this range, and maybe even longer than that, and still break out to the upside. Where here we were expecting it to be a little bit more immediate, and we weren't expecting this to happen, but whatever, here we are. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Okay, take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.